Hello super friends and welcome to Nadia Beez. In today's video we are talking about weird side effects of tirzepatide or semaglutide GLP-1 medications, whatever medication you are on. And some of these I have, some of these I don't have. I scoured all kinds of internet places to find these, and I tried to look for those that are not as common as you hear. Before we get started on this channel, I share my weight loss journey, also maybe some vlogs, what I eat in a day, that kind of thing. So if you're interested, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course hit the thumbs up button. As I'm bringing up these side effects, I'm going to let you know which ones I have, which ones I don't. And for reference, I've been on GLP-1 for 5.5 months. In the description box, I'll attach a video of my latest weigh-in, that kind of thing, so that you have an idea of how much I lost and all of that. So far, I've lost almost 50 pounds, and I'm very excited about that. But let's get started on these questions. So sulfur burps, my friends. Some may have it, some may not. I feel like if you don't have it in the beginning, you can have it later on. For example, my husband didn't get it until he titrated to 7.5 for some reason, while I had sulfur burps right away. And I kind of figured why I was having it. So usually it's you overeat. And as someone who had compulsive eating disorder, I tended to do that in the beginning, but the sulfur burps kind of put a stop to that. And I realized that when I eat pork digests super slow in my tummy. I tend to get sulfur burps after I eat porks, even if it's a lean piece of pork. Our bodies are all different, we react different. And so I hope that you never get these, but when you do, you realize what they are. So just kind of pay attention to what you're eating. Maybe you overate, maybe you had something that just didn't agree with your tummy, or it just takes a longer time to digest in your stomach. Number 2, this one's kind of funny. I've heard this everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Ladies are obsessed with perfume. I don't know how it is for the gentlemen, but ladies are obsessed with the perfume. When it comes to me, I don't feel like I'm buying perfume more. I've always had perfume, and you know, it's something that I use when I go out, but I don't feel like I have the need to buy more perfume. And actually, I think we should add this to this number 2, obsession with perfume. For some of us, it's obsession with tumblers. Anybody? Just me? Anybody love tumblers? Especially the 40-ounce tumblers like this. Oh, that is my new obsession. That is what I have been buying. Not perfume, tumblers. And I'm okay with that because every morning I get up, I go, I pick my 2 tumblers for the day, fill them with whatever they need to be filled, and that's my 80 ounces of water that I start off with. And then I add some tea if I need to. By the way, if you have not heard, these big Raydon mugs, if you fill them all the way to the top, that's 20 ounces. So like halfway-ish is about 10 ounces. I measure this because I drink a big thing of tea, big jug of tea almost every night. And I wanted to measure how much it actually holds. So just so you know. Number 3 is reduced bug bites. My friends, the bugs love me. They say that if you're a certain blood type or something, that the bugs love you. I don't know. I literally, anywhere I go in the summer, would just constantly be bitten through pants, through socks, through long sleeve shirts. These guys knew how to find me, my face, my hands. Now I moved to the south. I'm talking about I'm in North Carolina. It rained this week. I walk my dog every day. I walk every day. I go on my patio every day and sit a little bit. The entire year, it's July now, like the entire hot season, I guess, so spring, summerish, I have been bitten 3 times. That is crazy. And I even remember where I was bitten. I was bitten once on the arm and twice on my left leg. So that is weirdly, weirdly true. I don't know if you've heard this term. It's a medical term called anhedonia. And that is when your dopamine drops and you kind of just lose interest in things. Now, they said that with that, you lose interest in shopping. A lot of people who have been drinking stop drinking, gambling, all of that. For me, I feel like that definitely didn't happen to me. I feel like I didn't lose interest in anything. I gained interest with GLP-1. I gained interest in walking. I gained interest in going out with friends, having fun. Like, I am everywhere. My mom's like, Nadia, you need to like slow down. You've never been everywhere like this. I was like, Ma, I can't stop. I want to. I need to do things. I am the opposite of losing interest. Maybe I lost interest in chocolate a little bit, but I wouldn't say that I don't love chocolate anymore. Or if you put a piece of, I don't know, really delicious cake like somebody did on 4th of July, that I'm just going to stare at it. I did not. I had a little bit of it. It was a frozen chocolate little business and it was delicious. I think when we're talking about something like losing interest and things like that, I think it just depends on your lifestyle. I think it depends on the events in your life and just things that happen, whether it would happen with the medication or without. I am not sure, but the fact that people are losing interest in alcohol, gambling, things that are addictive, that is quite amazing. But for me, I feel like I didn't lose interest in many things. I gained interest. I feel like instead of like feeling lethargic and kind of like, oh, I don't want to go out, I don't want to do things, which some people are saying that this is happening to them. And I'm not minimizing anybody with any of the symptoms that they have, because this medication is one of these wild medications that affects everybody so differently. So my story is definitely not going to be like your story. Maybe you are one of these people that lost interest, but in the things that it's a good thing that you lost interest in. You know what I mean? I think I lost interest in the compulsive eating. That is for sure. That is for sure from day one of GLP-1. I lost interest not for sweets, for eating them in the amount I used to eat. I still enjoy a piece of chocolate, but it's not something I would scour for or look for or just get drawn to like I used to. So for me, that's something that was a negative that right now is a positive. Number 5 is increased libido. This is what people are saying. I am not going to respond anyway because I don't think it's appropriate for me to respond to something like that. I think it's very private. But people are reporting, and actually a lot of people are saying that their libido has increased with this medication. Moving on to the next subject, hair and skin changes, good or bad. Now, I don't feel like I had any bad changes when it came to my hair. I've heard all the stories. I did all my research before I started my medication. So taking collagen daily has been on top of my list. That is something super, super, super important. And I also take biotin. There was no negotiation on that. And I'll tell you this, when it comes to my hair, I lost more hair when I went carnivore, not keto, but when I went carnivore, I lost a little bit of hair, but I was not on biotin and collagen. I have super, super thin hair, but I have a lot of hair. So yes, I lose hair every time I shower, but I pay attention how much, especially these last few months, because hair has a 3-month cycle. So I was super scared when it came to month 4, but I did okay. And thank God I've had really no noticeable hair loss, which I think is a miracle. The next one is taste change. People have reported a metallic taste in their mouth or metallic smell when they eat or maybe after they take their meds, but a metallic taste in their mouth. I have not experienced that. And from my friends and those who I know who are on GLP-1 have not experienced that, but some people do report that they have a metallic taste in their mouth with this medication. That is just something that I thought I would mention in case you're going through something like that, and so you don't feel alone, my friends. That's why we have this channel. That's why we do this. Next one is vivid dreams. I don't have vivid dreams. Like, my dreams did not change, but I'll tell you what changed. I sleep like a little baby. I sleep so good now. Like, my sleep is deep, wonderful sleep, whereas before sleep was a struggle. So this has been amazing. I have been loving the sleep on GLP-1. I absolutely, I feel like it's a blessing because that is how bad I used to sleep before. I went from sleeping 4 to 6 hours, like 6 hours where I'm really trying to like get back to sleep because I knew like I could never sleep 7-8 hours unless I was on a cruise and we had the balcony open and the sea air. Then I would pass out and I actually might sleep 7 hours. Right now, if I don't get 8 hours of sleep or at least 7 hours of sleep, I'm taking a nap in the middle of the day or after work or whenever. I'm taking a nap. Like, that is not enough. 6 hours, 5 hours is just not enough sleep on GLP-1 for me, which is weird because I used to be like 4 or 5 hours, I'm good. You know, I would be like up for the day. Let's go. So that is a big difference. Next one is more sensitivity to cold. This one is weird, my friends. I am from the north in Chicago. When it was 60 degrees, I'm wearing a t-shirt while walking Louis. That is summer. 60s is pretty warm. Now, the other day I was walking Louis and I didn't realize that I had a long sleeve shirt. Now, this one is see-through. This one's very thin. But I had a long sleeve workout top. And I was walking Louis and it was like 93 degrees. And I was fine. I wasn't like sweating. I wasn't, and I like halfway through the walk, I realized, I was like, oh my goodness. And I was fine. That is insane. The pajamas I wear now are all winter thermal long sleeve pajamas. I don't understand it. And this is, I like when the house is around, you know, 69, 68. I used to keep it, I liked it cold. Now it's like 71, maybe even 72, and I'm okay. Give me a snowflake in the comments if you felt the same way, because I think that is a very strange thing that I did not believe that was possible, that it would happen to me. The last one is sensitivity to smells. Now, I lost my sense of smell way before COVID. We don't know how. We don't know what caused it. We actually, the house we lived in, we actually ended up testing it for mold or something because I just lost my sense of smell. And we were tested, like we like seriously had things tested, not like just a little monitor. Like we seriously had things tested and everything came back clean. So we don't know why I lost my sense of smell, but my sense of smell came back a little bit, where my husband was even surprised. And I just can smell a lot, like his cologne. I was like, how much did you put on? He's like, Nadia, not much. It just squirted twice. I was like, no, you didn't. You put like half the bottle on it. He's like, no, I'm telling you. So like all of a sudden I got really sensitive to smells. I've also heard that those that have lost their sense of smell during COVID or while they had COVID, some of them got their smell back after they started GLP-1. I think that is really incredible. I hope you found this video both informative and a little bit fun, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you would like to share any of your symptoms, maybe that I didn't mention, or maybe some that I did mention and you would like to share, definitely talk to me in the comments below. I would love to hear from you, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye, my friends.